Welcome back to Something for That Ass podcast. Oh, I said podcast this time. Usually I leave that up to her.
Finally getting on theme. And we're doing, actually, speaking of themes, we're going to take a different route because usually we're always talking to you guys. This time we're going to talk to each other and maybe give you guys a few words of encouragement here and there. But we're more so... Okay, the thing came about because I had to review my best 10 episodes, and I'm a procrastinator. I left it to the end to do it all. And I was like, wow, you're fucking annoying. You're really fucking annoying. So I was like, we should just talk to each other and just let them in on our conversation instead of being like,
I do like that. I feel like there was 2 episodes where we were talking to each other vibes versus at the camera the whole time, because when we're just taking turns yelling at the camera,
look at me. I'm just kidding. Eye contact, ma'am. You scared?
When we're
scared?
No, I just know this is not my best side.
Oh, I forget.
No, just kidding. It's fine. I'm beautiful on all sides, even this one.
There we go.
But I liked the interaction better.
Yeah.
When I felt like I had a more fun time watching the episode when you could feel the chemistry more than us just like taking turns. So.
And then we're just like,
I know, when we're waiting for our turn, we'd both are just like look like we've seen
looking
something.
down, just waiting.
Yeah.
Looking down, looking at ourselves, looking sad. It's just it's not, we're here to be fucking happy and passionate.
And like, I know we said we're going to talk to each other, but I do have a public service announcement because I feel like we've been talking about it a lot this past week, but it's just like the moment a man opens his mouth and he says, I'm not a trick and I'm not a simp, is the moment I know I don't like that man anymore. Even if I thought I liked him a little bit and he starts saying, I'm not a trick, I'm not a simp, I don't like you anymore. Because why? Can you learn? Can you learn how to be one of the both of those?
Yeah.
Because it's not going to work.
Yeah, and the fact that you think that's a diss, baby, that would be a compliment if someone were to call you one of those.
Yeah.
That is a top tier compliment. Why are you like, I'm not that?
Because you don't want to be simping or tricking for the wrong girl. That's why.
I get it.
I can understand
for your girl,
that part.
for sure. But for some random girl, like, fuck am I doing? Like,
yeah, I could see that. I could see that, but it's like,
that's why guys look at that negatively.
I've never,
but I feel like some guys will feel negatively about it, even about their
True.
girl.
Also,
yeah. I'm just like, what's wrong with being a trick and what's wrong with being a simp? Oh, you show love and you have money and you like to spend it because it comes back to you? When is that a bad thing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a trick.
Yeah.
And I'm a simp too.
Literally.
I literally always say, like, I'm the biggest simp ever. Because if I really like you, I'm simping on that ass.
Yeah.
Really like you.
Huh?
Keywords, really like you.
Really liking. Yeah. I think it's really cute. And I feel, you don't want to do that unless they're your girl. But how is she going to become your girl without showcasing a little bit of that?
Okay.
How are we going to get to that point if you are just acting so nonchalant and you're acting so penny pinching? That's not really setting the tone that's going to make her want to fall in love.
Right. We need a little trickery going on. We need the simpery too.
Preferably a lot, but we could start somewhere.
Preferably a lot. Preferably a lot of both.
We can start somewhere though, babe.
Yeah.
We can start somewhere.
Because I'm sorry, this whole okay, I saw this video. You probably saw it too. Princess reposted it. And it got honestly a lot of positive comments. It was about like this mom making a video with her son in the background, and she was saying, like, oh, like, you little girls want men to take you out to these nice places. You don't even take yourself to that type of thing. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just kind of like, one, ew, that your mom's got to come and say that on you, and then you're in the back pacing back and forth and then looking at the camera.
I did not see this.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But also, I'm sorry if a man says, oh, let's go get a coffee. First of all, I don't drink coffee, but let's go get a coffee to see how the vibe is. I just kind of feel like, oh, if you can't already tell that you would like me enough to take me out to a dinner, and it doesn't have to be a crazy expensive meal, but you don't even want to take me out to eat because you think that I should just settle for a coffee or an ice cream so you could see if we have a vibe. You can't tell beforehand.
Yeah, and I even heard the idea from, I think it came from women, or not women, a woman, like, oh, you should stop declining the coffee dates because a lot of those men wanting to take you on a coffee dates, they're doing that because they're busy men, they're rich men, and basically,
oh, you sent that to me.
Basically, don't snooze on that. And I'm like, I don't know, because why not just carve out a little bit more time to spend a little bit more money and feel the vibes even more?
Yeah, because if you can't even give me the things in life that are free, like time. I mean, time is not free. I guess that was kind of a little stupid. But, like, that is actually, like, if you can't even carve out some time for me, why would I even want to go out on a date with you? I don't want to feel like it's rushed. Oh, you got an hour from me? Let's make it happen. No, maybe if we are already established, then yes, I want to see you on that quick hour or whatever. But off rip, it's like, I'm not going to just squeeze into your schedule because that's what's convenient for you.
Yes, I think that's so important because I was trying to see from her perspective, but I'm like, that hits it on the nail even more so. It's like, okay, men will naturally be moving to do things that are convenient for himself. So why are you going to start it off like that? So now every time you see him or spend time with him, he's just got already used to it being convenient for him. So that's all it'll ever be. He's not like, oh, what should I do to really impress her? Oh, how can I fit her in my day when it makes sense to me?
Yeah.
It just seems way less romantic.
And they're going to carve out the time for their homies. Because if their homie has something going on that they want them at, or not even that's super important or big, they're going to make it happen. So if you can't be Mr. Make It Happen for me, why the fuck should I be Mrs. Show Up for you? I mean, I guess it just depends on what if you're just looking for a hookup, shit, go get the coffee or go get the ice cream, right? I'm not looking for no fucking hookup. I want a man. And if a man ain't gonna make some really good plans for us, and like I said, it doesn't have to be expensive, but a well thought out date, I don't want to go. I'm not interested. I'm already uninterested in your plan.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be that expensive. It's more about it being well thought out because, okay, say you take one of us out to a steakhouse. That's an expensive restaurant, but we don't eat steak.
Right.
But let's say you planned out a paint and picnic date. That's pretty low cost. You bring some snacks, you bring some canvases. Okay, maybe you spend $100 at the steakhouse. You're gonna spend a few hundred.
Yeah,
and it's like, what is gonna make a better impression? What date did you plan that made me feel like, oh, you pay attention to me? You could tell what I'm into, and you're trying to add to my life, and that's all a man should be doing if he does come into your life, is adding to it.
And I think it's funny too, like, men will be like on some, oh, I'm not trying to spend a lot of money on a first date, but you guys will be down to spend a lot of money on a first date if it's getting the girl drunk, if it's ordering a bunch of shots. But God forbid it be food. You're just like, oh, I'm not really trying to spend money like that, but you'll pay the price to get my eyes glossy and get me incoherent.
Absolutely.
Why is that? Because it ends in what?
Yeah, exactly.
That's why they're cool with that. As long as it ends in that.
Men only want to spend money when they think they're going to get some
punani.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you want to eat Big Bakery, like 5-course meal? Not down. Oh, you want to eat an appetizer and drink 7 drinks? Fucking down.
Yeah. Oh, they'll spend the money on that $20 shot.
Because you're not going to be bloated when you taking this.
Yeah.
That's how they feel.
Yeah.
He's like, if you all bloated and like, I'm bloated and tired, they're like, not sexy. But it's like, I'm not trying to be sexy. Well, not when I'm eating that much. I'm not. But I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, she made me laugh because she went on this date. And then she brought me food back. And I was like, oh, what did you get? And then she was like telling me. And then there's this spot that we used to love. We used to fuck it up. And she's like, oh, yeah, I got the cauliflower wing platter. Mind you, it is the best thing at the spot. But I'm like, oh, damn. You eating it's a big plate. 3 different flavors of cauliflower wings. Yeah, I know your stomach was.
Something about me, I have taken risks in life. Good and bad. Well thought out and no thoughts at all. Catch me on a certain day, there's a certain line of love.
Yeah.
That day, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I'm here for the cauliflower wings.
Cauliflower wings and company.
You know something, though, about that date that turned me off?
The holes in his jeans?
No, he...
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, did I do it twice?
No, I know what that date you're talking about. You were dressed up all pretty and he was in literally slides
and basketball shorts.
Yeah.
And I met him at his spot so we could drive to the restaurant together.
So he still didn't change out.
So he still didn't change out. And you know what he did for dessert? You know how I like my sweets.
He said no dessert?
We split it.
Oh,
damn.
And we didn't order that much.
Oh.
Like, we didn't order that much.
Smart.
And you didn't drink on the date either?
I did not drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time, if I'm on a date and eating, which is unfortunate for the men, I guess, is I usually won't get an alcoholic beverage.
No, same. That's why it's like, I feel, men, there's just this, like, issue with going out with men and why I don't even decide to put myself in the position to go out with them. Either one, want to get you drunk on the date. I'm not drinking. I don't drink, so I'm not going to make an exception. And this whole, like, trying to peer pressure me, oh, just have one drink. I don't want one fucking drink. Let's get another appetizer instead. 2, I just think there's this entitlement around, oh, if I take you out on X amount of dates, you owe me. So a plate of food that I'm going to shit out at the end of the night, you think that is what is equivalent to getting some pussy. I don't like it. It's like, especially too, men will feel like if maybe on the first date, they'll be like, all right, cool. No pussy, cool. Second date, they're like, all right. Third date, you don't give a man some pussy. He's like, you're using me. Mm-hmm. I'm using you. I can feed myself. Mm-hmm. We're getting to know each other. But I'm sorry you feel like taking me on 3 dates and I owe you because you had to hold open some doors, which you should be doing, period. Mm-hmm. Not just for me, a woman you want to have sex with. You should be opening doors, period, for anybody. And you picked up the tab on 3 dinners and I owe you some pussy. Yeah, that math doesn't math to me. Like, at all.
No, it doesn't.
But it maths to them. It really maths to them. They're like, yeah, okay, spent, you know.
It's just so fast nowadays, especially. And the reason they keep moving like this is because they keep getting away with it.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
They just get away with it. They're like, okay, if she don't give it to me on the first night, it's for sure happening by the 3rd.
And somebody else will do it.
Yeah.
Without even getting taken out.
If she won't, I don't feel like having patience for her because you're just in a mindset of no one being special to you because you move too fast. And that might be fun for the moment, but that gets old.
Yeah.
No one being special to you because you move so fast, that's going to get old, baby, one day. But, you know, that's not my problem.
I just feel like, too, a lot of men, they're not looking for true companionship. They're just looking for someone to drain their balls. And they're not willing to put in. Men have gotten so lazy because women allow it. Mm-hmm. But men have gotten extremely lazy and they're just into instant gratification. Mm-hmm. They don't care to know anything about you, but, you know, getting you in their bed or in yours, because they might not have an actual bed, just a blow-up mattress.
Know anything about you, let alone even wanting to know when the last time you got checked was.
No, they don't give a fuck.
Or even if you got checked in your whole life period.
No, they do not give a fuck.
Ladies, if you're wondering if you're in good hands, you're not. Because
you're not.
They would fuck raw. And they would fuck people raw that you would not even imagine.
Oh, yeah.
You think you might even see a man in a certain caliber because of how attractive you think they are, or you think they got it like that, period. You're like, he wouldn't. He wouldn't have sex with a man. He wouldn't have sex with this type of girl. Christ. They will surprise you. And sometimes you get 4K evidence.
Yeah.
You know?
Wow.
And it's like, whoa, I didn't know he moved like that. You know?
Yeah.
And not hating on the gays. I feel like I love the gays, and I really love.
We're talking specifically about BLs. We're not talking about
men who
gays.
Are out of the closet. Love y'all. But the ones who pretend they're not in a closet to begin with, but they keep creaking it open, causing havoc in women's life, cross-contaminating man butthole with women coochie and mouth. You're going to hell.
Yeah.
You're going to hell.
Yeah.
That's what the Bible says.
I just think it's wrong. Like, I just think it's wrong to be like using women as a cover-up so you don't have to face your truth. I just think that's fucked up. But
yes. And that's another thing too, when you're talking about simps and tricks, is I hate when men hate on the simp part. Well, I hate when they hate on both, but I hate when they hate on the simp part because it kind of tells me, oh, you're the type to withhold from giving me compliments.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like men that are afraid to give me compliments and withhold them, because it just seems like a complete power trip when you do that.
Yeah.
And I feel a lot of them will use the reasoning, oh, I know you already get a lot. But it's like, okay, you should know that I get a lot of compliments and want to up it. So you stand out. What are you going to do to stand out? You think I should just like you because you got it like that and you just deserve me right off the bat? No, you have to show me that I should give my time to you.
Yeah. Yeah, men just want you to like them because they like you.
Ooh. No.
Thanks.
You better compliment the fuck out of me. The fuck?
Yeah.
That makes me feel soft and gushy when you hide it and you just want all the compliments for yourself. Like, it just makes me feel like I'm dating a weird bad bitch. Yeah. With like weirdo behavior. Or not a man.
Or when, because I'm very inquisitive when I'm getting to know someone, I ask a lot of questions, and when they just answer the question and don't ask it back, yes. I'm like, oh, sorry, I forgot this is all about you. No, 21 questions for you. Just you.
Exactly. I didn't tell you guys what happened, but I don't know if you guys came across a certain part of the pod where I'm like, saw in 4K, like, ouch, like, I'm never gonna be the same. She's like, I wouldn't either. I'm not the same because obviously, you know, she's my sister. She's gonna know. I didn't tell you guys about that situation, but I've been so turned off lately. Like, I am just like, you know what? Fuck all this. Fuck all this. If something makes sense though, I'll let it come my way if it makes sense. So there was a situation recently where it didn't maybe even necessarily make so much sense, but it was like, okay, this is out of my genre of dating pool, which could be a positive thing.
Oh, I know what you're gonna.
So I'm like, okay, this man had a nice approach, a masculine, mature approach to approaching me, and he wanted to take me out. But before that, I wanted to have some conversation with him.
Yeah.
To get to know him. I'm not just going to, like, meet up with someone I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. We're, like, talking. We only had one phone conversation. He hit me up a couple times after this phone call, but I just kind of decided not down. Because you only want to talk about yourself, and when something about me gets brought up, you're very short, not inquisitive. And when it gets to be your turn again, you don't ask me questions back and you just will go on and on and on about yourself.
No, I cannot. I can't. That talks about himself all day, every day. I can't.
And something that set me off, the cherry on top of like, oh yeah, I'm not going on a date with this man. He's not watching this, but whatever. He texted me the next morning and said like, oh, good morning, beautiful. Liked, love that conversation we had in the early evening. He said, wake up, in all caps. I did not reply. Or wait, maybe I said, why are you yelling at me? And that was the last thing I ever said. But I was just like,
Omar literally jumped and he's in squatting position. You could have tipped over.
I've scared my Mar a few times.
Well, I feel like going back to like seeing things in 4K and this and that, no, I don't actually feel bad about saying this because men feel the exact same way. I just feel like if you like somebody and you start seeing who, like, or a bunch of people they've hooked up with and you see the quality of the people they've hooked up with, it really takes them all the way down. It's like, oh, why do I even want you when you gave yourself to all these people and you know who the people are and they are not up to par per se. I'm trying to, keep it cute. I'm trying to not me just making a fucking sound on Depop. Stop fucking playing with me.
Okay, chat.
Honestly, follow my Depop. Like, we're on our Depop share right now. It's one account for the both of us, but
I only put 2 things up.
But
so far.
Still. We're on our Depop shit and like, sorry. See y'all never when I'm fucking rich.
Except for on here.
Except for on here.
She all dips off.
But yeah, I just like, there's just something about liking someone and then finding out the type of people they hook up with or even hang out with. It could even just be as simple as who they surround themselves with. But wow. That's why, to my future man, you really don't got to worry about that. If I got to walk into a room and I know hella people you've hooked up with and they all don't have shit going on for themselves, and I can't really see the vision where it was going, like why this even went about, other than the fact that you're a horny piece of shit and you can't wait to stick your dick into something that allows you to stick their dick in them. I'm really put off because I definitely have found out certain things about certain men hooking up with certain women. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me exit this situation because this wasn't right. This isn't right.
I've known too much and I've seen too much now, and I can't unsee it.
No,
even if I didn't have the evidence, which we both have came across evidence.
Well, it's like you can't.
Even if there's no like physical evidence, the eyes have already imagined.
No, yeah. Let me find out I don't even if I can use my imagination of, oh, you're hanging out with someone without any facts of anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even need to know that I need to remove myself from the fucking situation. And you're not deserving of me.
Yeah.
You do anything that allows you to do it. You do anything. I don't do anything. No. I make conscious decisions. I move with intent. I don't need to be with someone that takes whatever's thrown at them. I don't need that. Because I hold myself to a certain standard and I expect my person to hold themselves to a certain standard as well. Have some respect for yourself. Stop giving into your sex demons.
That's real.
The fuck?
That's real. And I will say I'm grateful for when I was more so giving into my sex demons, which I always try to have it in a way of like, one person at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like, I'm just out in the streets. I'm like thirsty. Anyone could get it. It's not really like that.
Yeah.
It's not like that. I'm just grateful that it would be a very rare circumstance for motherfuckers to cross paths with one another.
Yeah. No.
I did my dirt, but I'm very I would say I'm very private about a lot of things, believe it or not. And you're not gonna know. And it's already done over with.
Yeah, like you don't have to worry about.
Safety precautions were taken and bitches is healed and all that.
Yeah. No,
but when you just out here like you posting everybody, you hitting everybody in the same city or county, it's gonna come to surface.
Yeah.
You ever heard I have hoes in different area codes? Please expand and don't just pour all your bodily fluids in one area. It's gonna catch up to you.
Literally.
It's embarrassing.
That
for your future wife, if you even can get one at this point.
It's going to catch up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Through chlamydia or whatever else. No, yeah, something else. Speaking, well, just to end on that note, yeah, if I walk into a room and you've hooked up with more than one person, yeah, that I'll never. I'm just not gonna allow men to embarrass me like that. I'm sorry. Where the sexually disciplined men at? That's why you got to get a man that's close to God, because they carry themselves a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
They actually, give some type of fucks.
Mm-hmm.
These other men are straight demon time. Like, they don't call it demon time for no reason.
No, it's very low vibrational where they're at.
Low vibrational.
It's very low vibrational. I feel like godly men, they move in a more disciplined and cleanly way.
Yeah.
They have respect. They care where their energy and bodily fluids are being put into.
Why do you guys think we have more low vibrational men?
Why do we have that?
I feel like the fastness of social media and like all these dating apps. I actually just came across something earlier of like, do not be on these dating apps. These men are just, they want to have a little bit of attention. They want to go on 1 or 2 dates and then it's fulfilled and then boom. It's just very fast. Like, I feel like I always felt like I would meet my person in real life regardless. Not that I'm on dating apps, but that's my opinion.
Yeah.
I think it's just an internet.
I think
Brookelyn?
there's a lot of beautiful women in the world that have very low self-esteem. And I think those women get with certain men that probably will never get with women in the same caliber of beauty. And then because of that, they stroke these men's egos and they're like, wow, I got this woman. If I could do this, I can get, like, what else can I get?
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes this like game to them of how many good looking women can I conquer?
Yes.
Instead of just appreciating the woman who did community service, charity work, and they're just looking for the next best thing. It's like like levels. It's like a game. Like, oh, if I got to this level, I'm sure I can get to the next level. Like, no, you just got really lucky. You just, So I think that's kind of
my take. And then it got to their head.
It got to their head.
And the damage presumes.
Bad bitches stroke men's egos every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time I have a friend explaining to me what's going on, or not even a friend, just every time I have a girl explaining to me what's going on in their love life, and then we're like, oh, pull up a picture. What does he do? We're doing the background check. It's actually like, what the fuck? What in the actual fuck? This man has nothing going on for himself, no stable job, no direction in life. We're not even going to talk about appearance because, God loves us all. And it's just like, and on top of that, he treats you very poorly.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that screams that you have a self-esteem issue when you're allowing lower than mediocrity into your life. And
absolutely, because if you love yourself, you're not going to play about yourself like that.
No.
And let anyone else play with you like that. No. And if they attempt to, because yes, you get what you are what you attract, but at the same time, if you're so beautiful, you're going to attract it all. And I'm not just talking about outside appearance. But if you're so beautiful, you're going to attract it all. And you are going to be turned off from those who aren't trying to meet you where you're at, or they're higher than you. If they got nothing for themselves and they're treating you poorly, it's like, what are you bringing to my life? You're not bringing to my life, you're taking from it.
And I think on the flip side of that too, because we were talking about it the other day, is like there's certain women, and I would still consider myself a girl's girl after saying this, but there are certain women, they let men giving them attention get to their head. Like, oh, I get dudes. Like, oh, like men like me. Okay.
They're like a mosquito with a miniskirt on it.
Yeah, they're gonna like whatever likes them back, you know, at the end of the day. And I see that happening more than I would like to. I don't want to see it happen at all, but I just see a lot of women be like, oh yeah, like I have a roster full of men, you know, this man does this for me, this man does that for me, so I'm of high value. And I don't know about all that. Personally, I don't know if getting men makes you high value.
No.
You know?
Actually, what makes you high value has nothing to do with men.
Nothing to do with men. Nothing. So you could be the highest value woman ever, and you could choose to not deal with the man, period. Doesn't make you but there's a lot of men that they think to be a high value woman, you have to have a high value man. But they don't consider themselves, if I'm a high value man, then I have to have a wife to be high value. They don't think that. It's a one-way street. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
When isn't it
a fucking when aren't they on some hypocrite shit?
Right. And like,
except for Marmar. Instead of worrying what I bring to the table, you should be worried about what you're going to bring to the table physically. And I feel like men should always come with offerings on the first date. So you should be bringing to the table flowers, gifts, chocolates, or all of them.
All of the above.
And don't stop at the first date. Keep it coming, but it should for sure be coming on the first date.
Yeah.
Just want to say that really quick, because what happened to gifts? They're still everywhere. But back to the trickery and simpery, is a lot of guys will think it's not cute to be bringing offerings on the first date, but I think that's crucial. Do you fuck with me or not?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't? Okay, bye.
It's like showing up to a first date too. Showing up to a first date without flowers is like showing up to a birthday without a birthday present. It's so tacky. Like, what?
Tacky.
That is you shouldn't even be inserting yourself in any place if you don't have something in your hand to give. I would not show up to someone's birthday without a birthday gift. And I wouldn't go, if a man pulls up first date, he has no flowers from me, what am I going to do with you? What is this future looking like for me? You can't even this is your best foot forward, and you can't even bring me some fucking flowers on a date?
Lame.
It's fucking lame. Like, it's so lame. That's so lame. I'm not interested in that. And I was having this conversation with, this is what inspired this, like, speaking about bringing shit to the table. So I was talking to you-know-who, and he was like, I feel like a lot of the times you say what you want out of a man, but you don't really say, like, what you do, which in other terms are what do you bring to the table, right? So this is my issue with men asking, what do you bring to the table? I just feel like common sense would be to assess the situation, right? If you're talking to someone and you're texting them and every day they are just chilling. Oh, I'm just chilling. I'm just doing nothing. Okay, you can assess the situation. You don't really have anything going on in your life. you have nothing going on for you. Now, if you're texting someone every day, they're busy, they can't respond to you right away. Oh, I'm at work. Oh, I just left the gym. Okay, this is a individual you want to be around, right? Mm-hmm. But men are so quick to say, what do you bring to the table? Of course, you're asking that stupid ass question under the comment section because you can't make it out of a requested DM. So you have to ask the question straight up because no one's giving you the time of day for you to even assess the situation. That's only reason these dumbass questions are being asked in the first place. And if you're dating a man that actually, like, you've actually have had full conversations, full dates, and he wants to sit across the table and say, what do you bring to the table? I mean, I don't even have a fucking answer for that other than I hope you're not auditioning at a dinner table with a man explaining what you do. You can't see the material. You can't see what I do. You can't see that I'm, have my own everything. I'm, like, it's just,
it's crazy too coming from this person because this person knows you. So it's like,
yeah, I think this is just a social media question.
It's a social media
question. No one
in
in real life on a date ever asks each other, hey, what do you bring to? No one does that. I've never been on a date, have asked that, or have been asked that.
Right.
That's the dumbest shit ever.
I've never
It's just for social
really
media.
Heard that, like, question in real time. It's really just like an angry man comment.
That's how you know they don't date.
That's how you know. That's how you know they're sitting in the requested DMs.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Like, of course, you would have to actually ask that question flat out because you don't know anything other than what I post on the internet. And even then, you can see at least what I'm posting on my grid, and you could watch my stories. Do you think this money's coming out of fucking thin air? Like, you think this? Because what do you, if a man asking, what do you bring to the table? What do you want me to bring to the table? That's what I asked him. I said, what would, in the perfect world, what would a woman bring to the table? And he said, well, she'd be funny. Okay, well, I'm fucking hilarious. Oh, she would be cool around my friends. Well, I met your friends and they all love me. Oh, she would be supportive. Well, I'm supportive because anytime you got something going on, I'm always the first to congratulate you when you see how much I support my friends and how I show up for them. Mm-hmm. So you're listing all these things that I have. The only thing that I'm not bringing to the table is sex. That's the only thing. But then God forbid, that's the one piece of the puzzle that's missing. But God forbid I were to say, we would have good sex every night. Then a man would say, oh, what? Oh, that used pussy, that loose, like, oh, what? I can go get that somewhere else. Oh, you can cook and clean. If a man asks you what you bring to the table and you tell them, oh, I'll have sex with you all the time and I'll cook and clean, they'll say, oh, I can hire someone to do that. So what do you guys want brought to the table? Want brought to the table?
Do that then.
You got to use that on the POV. Because I've literally heard that exact phrase. I can hire a maid to do those things.
Yes.
All right, bro, then do that.
Do it.
You would have to pay her a little extra if she's even down to fulfill your physical needs as well.
That is prostitution.
And she probably won't even be down to do that because you're just fucking weird. The only way you get it is by paying for it.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, men, I just feel like men complain so much, and we've really gotten into a time where men complain about their duties as men, but then there's all this pressure on women, and it's like, at the end of the day, you want a clean house, you want a clean toilet to shit in, right? Okay. You want a hot meal to eat, okay. You want someone to be attracted to you and lay down with you physically, and be a shoulder to cry on when you have to have a hard day at work and you can't go to your guy friends because everyone's emotionally constipated. But then you can't go out and you can't go work. You can't bring back any financial funds.
Or if they do, it's like they're holding it as leverage over your head.
Oh yeah.
And they're being really skimpy with their funds.
Yes.
They're like, well, I'm the one who work. You gonna do all this for me. You owe it to me.
No, yeah.
No, you don't owe him shit.
Yeah, I'm genuinely like, because also the men are like, oh, I want a woman. Can you help me build? What does that mean? Can you break that down for me? What do you guys exactly want brought to the table from a woman? I want a woman to help me build. Okay, so is that financial or is that support? Mm-hmm. Or what is that? Please tell us what you want brought.
Is it Bobbiana the Builder or Bob the Builder?
Okay. But yeah, I really laugh because it's like men they'll list what they want and then you say I can do that, and then they'll hire some. They'll say I can hire someone to do it. Then do it. But you're fucking literally, your bathroom hasn't been deep cleaned since you moved into that shitty ass apartment you live in, and you know, you eat out every fucking day, and where you're getting your pussy from, honestly, rather not know.
And
personally,
no, really. And could you fulfill the things that a woman's asking a man to be when she's asking, oh, what do you bring to the table? Could you fulfill all of that? And let's just say she has all the things that you want. Okay. How many of you are going to feel emasculated now because she has everything going for herself and she actually doesn't even really need you?
Yeah.
You guys want a woman so bad that has all these things on the table, but you're gonna feel less than since you can't bring anything to it.
Yeah, and also like always the threats of, oh, you're gonna be alone, and then I look at what's outside in the world. Like, please, it's you guys think it's a threat. I'm, you know, it's kind of a prayer for me at this point. Like, keep me protected, because it's actually, I'm sorry, if you're going 50-50 with a man, you have been brainwashed and bullied, because if you think sharing your personal space with a fucking man
is different,
is something that you should pay 50% on, holy shit, blink twice if you need help. I'm actually like horrified, because yeah, it doesn't help. Even if a man's paying 70% and I'm paying 30%, I'm sorry, the fact that I have to share my personal space with a fucking man is not enough. That is not enough. 70% is not enough. I'm sorry. I love my own space. Even if I were to get in a marriage, even if I were, I don't even think that I could live somewhere where I don't have my own room. At this point, I don't. I really don't.
That's valid.
I need my own room and I need my own bathroom. I need my own space. Like, I can't imagine fully living with a man in same room, same. I just can't. I'm sorry.
I feel like
different beds.
Personally,
different beds.
Sleeping in different beds.
I'm not gonna sleep in the other bed, but I need to be able to fucking get away from you sometimes. Just how men have their man cave, a woman should have her own space too.
That's what I was gonna bring up. I'm like, maybe if you guys do share a room and sleep together, you each have your own space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Woman cave and a man cave.
Yeah.
You could put a bed in each one of them too. But yeah, I think it would.
I am at that point where I'm like, I couldn't even think of a man being so enjoyable to be around. That I mean, I would definitely sleep in the same bed for sure, because I think when you guys start sleeping separately, that's
your relationship's ending. Yeah, it could be cute though if you guys have your own room and you know you don't lose your sense of personality and you get to decorate it the way you want, and then it's like, babe, come spend the night in my room tonight. No, you spend the night in my room tonight. But the idea of being alone seems like, when men be threatening on the internet, I'm never like, oh my god, maybe I will be alone forever, because I step outside and get harassed all the time. So I'm like, not that these are such high quality beings that I want to be with, but there are candidates outside regardless, good and bad.
Yeah.
But the idea of being alone has become way less and less scary. It seems peaceful.
It's a privilege.
And it's a privilege, and that detachment of like, I will be amazing with and without, that's a great place to be at. And I was just speaking to a family member actually yesterday, because she really wants love back in her life, and she brought up our nana, and she's like, oh, like, I don't want to be like our nana, she's just been single forever, and you know, that seems sad to be alone. And I'm like, you know what, honestly, I feel like it's whatever you feel called to. She feels called to being single and living her best life in the way that she sees fit, and the way that she sees fit is living in her own home with her own rules, traveling whenever she wants, where she wants, spending family time the way she wants to do it, not having to worry about another man's emotions, because she's been there, done that. She's living a lit life. She's been married. She's been married. She doesn't feel like she's missing out on anything. So I told her she's honestly living a very fulfilling life. And if she feels called to being single, I wouldn't see that as a scary thing. I think it's honestly very beautiful. And she's completely entitled to not wanting to deal with a man's bullshit if she doesn't want to. Because life is honestly so beautiful when you're not dealing with a man's bullshit. You can see things a lot more clearly. You get to know what you enjoy more. You get to know yourself more.
Yeah.
A lot of women never get that opportunity. A lot of women, they're with a man from a very young age, and they're with different men all the way up until they're older, and they're just like hardly any breaks. It's beautiful to have those moments in time where you're just not dealing with nobody, for both genders. But of course, we're showing a little bit more love to the ladies. But it's just,
I think
it's not a diss, and it shouldn't be looked at as scary. And I know I had her thinking after saying that, but I'm like, I mean, it's completely fine to want to be loved and have love. But I think there's a certain point where, like, okay, maybe don't be searching for it so hard, or not saying that she is, but let's just say hypothetically you're just really hungry for it, so you're just searching for it in all the wrong places. Then you're going to be met with more trauma and disappointment. But if you just let it come to you, you can always set intentions, of course.
And I think when that sexual desire dies out, I think less people are even wanting to have romantic relationships, because a lot of people are just trying to fill a sexual desire, you know.
Absolutely.
Because realistically, if you don't have any sexual desires that need to be met, then you would be totally just fine just hanging out with your friends and family. I think that sexual desire drives a lot of relationships. So I'm not saying everyone's relationships, but you got to think Nana's like, what, she don't want to lay down with these fucking old ass men.
No,
like, she doesn't, you know. It's just like, and I feel like men sometimes, unfortunately, their horniness never dies out. Sometimes older men will harass me, and I'm like, how are you still horny? You're old.
Like, isn't it supposed to stop working at this point?
Like, why is sex still on your mind? I'm scared. And why are you thinking about having it with me? I'm like probably as old as your granddaughter.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
If someone even blessed you with kids.
And most of them did get blessed with kids.
Sometimes some men will be like, yeah, I got 2 kids. I'm like, who the fuck gave you 2 kids? Who did that? Who did that? I want to literally give that girl a hug, because holy shit. Yeah. You have anything else?
Can we just bring up really quick, because oh my gosh.
What?
I forgot to tell you this earlier. I'll tell you this after, because it's a specific person. But
will I be able to guess it by you saying the story?
Yeah, probably later on, but I'm gonna touch over what you already know. First, so we were talking recently because we noticed a few boys, and I don't say boys as in underage. They are like technically men, but I'm gonna call them boys. There are these boys.
I'm not getting any clues yet.
Who get very, very weird when they don't receive any punani. They don't. They get so weird. Like, nothing will happen, but because they didn't get punani, oh, it's fuck you now, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Maybe not that harsh, but that's the energy it gives off. Came across one man who tried to get at the both of us.
Hard.
And we didn't know anything was off, so we just saw him when we're out working one day. We're like, oh, what's up? And he acted like it was all cool and stuff.
I've been getting a lot of flowers sent to my house, by the way. Big bouquets. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
You guys hear a knock at the door?
Shh. I hope not.
No, me too. But you saw them? Or saw one?
Oh.
Well, you saw two.
I saw one, and then we said what's up, and everything was all cool. And we're out working, and then we go back to our little workstation. And this person walks by more than once. And walks by as in right past. And we're in bright red. You can't miss us. They acted like they didn't even know us. And I'm like, what did we do for them to be so weird like that? And it's like, oh, because you didn't get pussy from either one of us. And then another one, it was a similar thing. Like, just want to act brand new. Want to act like kind of cool, but just like, oh, I don't fuck with you because of that.
Well,
and then there's another guy, and it's a lot of them that will want to give business opportunities, and they always have an ulterior motive behind that. They always want to collaborate and seemingly have pure intentions with no sex involved, but once they get to know that you fine on the inside as you are on the out, they feel like they're missing out if they're not a part of it. But it's like, I can't give myself to everyone who wants that. And you mad at me because I didn't give it to you? Like, I'm going to just let you feel the way you do. But it's very interesting to watch it happen repeatedly. Yeah. Time and time again.
Well, I don't, like, not to be like this, but I don't think any man could really be your friend. I think all men, I mean, but... we are on if we weren't business, is different. Like, we keep you like hostage in our place for hours. So it's like, you're forced to be our friend, Sure. But I'm going to say 99. I'm not going to say 100%, but I'm going to say 98%. I'm going to say 98% of men have no intention of just being your friend solely, have a platonic relationship with you. They want sex. Every man has an end goal. And I don't have male friends because it always gets weird at some point because you don't let them fuck, and then they're like, yeah, bitch, I actually like nothing about you. So I'm gonna just start being weird and then disappear from your life. And that's fine.
That's fine. And it's honestly fine. It's just really interesting to see the switch up. Yeah. Not every time, but some of the scenarios, because of like the business involvement, it's like, oh, you cannot keep it professional for a day in your life, can you?
Well, that's the thing too. I feel like a lot of men, they think, oh, if you're attractive, you have it easy, you just get money. And it's like, no, you don't understand. There's so many opportunities that are like dangled in front of your face, and then they're pulled from you because you don't want to sexually entertain a man. And it's like, it is actually really hard to be an attractive woman and get to the top without fucking. It really is. Like, you have to work really fucking hard if you're not trying to fuck.
Absolutely.
Because
it's so true. Because once they find out that you're not down to have sex anymore, they'll revoke. Yeah, they'll revoke the opportunity, and they might even throw dirt on your name on top of that to make it harder for you for the next time that you try to go down that certain business venture.
For sure.
They're like, oh, fuck you. You don't want to fuck with me. I want no one else to fuck with you either then. Yeah. And yeah, I believe that too. And it's definitely a red flag to me when a man is like, oh yeah, I have a lot of homegirls. Like, for what? For what? Oh, I'm just like, I'm cool like that. No, you're not.
No, I'm sorry. I'm not talking to no man that has a lot of homegirls. What? No. You're either gay or a pimp.
Or just a straight up whore.
Yeah. You can't just call people friends that you're fucking.
And they do, though.
I mean, yeah. I mean, nobody gets to the next level with these
That's men. My friend. That's my friend, though. No, you shouldn't be claiming them as your friend if y'all fuck.
Men don't want...
That should be revoked. The friend word should be revoked. Once y'all fuck, you gotta call them something else.
No, the worst is when they say, oh, it's my sis. That's my
sis. Or that's my cousin.
Fucked. Oh, that's my cousin. I've heard that one. Ew.
I'm like, why you gotta get incestual with it, you fucking weirdo? Just say I fucked this fucking girl. Like, why you gotta say it's your family?
Yeah.
Well, they ain't trying to tell you.
Yeah.
They gotta
come. That's a good note to end it on.
Yeah. So
thanks.
We're about to do the biggest back mukbang we have yet, so stay tuned for that.
We'll explain on why it's so big back when we get
I'm already
to the next.
full.
Marmar,
my heart's beating so fast.
Get it together, Marmar. That's only.
I wish I smoked weed; it would help, but we'll get you contact high.
As always.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We'll
Thank you. See you.